Cows are already grunting. They're wanting their feed this morning. I'm gonna take it down there to them to make them happy. So. Got to unload a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna unload it into the back of the huge Coyote. This piece of pipe is too heavy to handle. You can see this because what my plan is to put it right here, open it around like this, and let a cow through to go up to the gate, and then close it back to keep them from coming back in. It's just temporary, not even going to be permanent. I'm going to put I hope you can hear me okay, because my battery died on my other camera, so I'm using my iPhone now. So I'm gonna talk a little louder so make sure you're hearing me. So I'm gonna just fasten this here and at the bottom. Yeah, we'll fasten it in two places. It'll be up high like this, I think. I hope. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I changed my mind. I'm not gonna use baling wire. That's a man's prerogative. No, I'm sorry. That's a woman's prerogative. I've always heard that. So anyway, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hook this around here. No, I ain't. It ain't gonna work because it's the wrong direction. I need to go sideways. Maybe I could just move it back. Let's see. Let's see if it'll reach. Don't know if it will or not. Maybe we'll go to this hinge right here. See if this will go all the way around this. It won't. Nope. Y'all okay? By the way, this is a pair of my channel locks that burned up. and the Coyote. No, not the Coyote, the Polaris. You remember the video on the Polaris? I'll show a link to it down here. If you'll look, it shows what happened. This was in the back of it, and they still work, but they don't have the rubber grips on them. They're actually Channel Lock brand. I'm gonna see if Channel Lock will send me some new handles. I'll just contact them. Maybe they'll do that. They still work fine. They just been heated pretty good. And let me get my bolt nut. All right, down the socket. I don't know how the cow did it, but one of them did their business right there in the corner. Right here and all the way down the latch here. They can go anywhere they'll go, that's for sure. I'm gonna hook this side on. So I'm just sticking a bolt through this like that. And through there, like that, to hold that side. Let me repeat it so you can hear me better. I don't want but one at a time going through here. See, that's what that gate will do. It'll block it so they can, when they go up the run right there like this, they'll only be one at a time. That will open that gate and let one in and then close the gate back. So we gotta do this bottom hinge now. Get it put on. Turn it. Now they're both in there. That should give us a hinge. Boom. Yep, it ain't much, but it don't need much. That'll work right there. See, the idea here is to let one cow come close the gate off and just let that one run up there, and then she'll get I'll hold the chute open and she'll run up through here and get her head caught in there when I open the head catch. That's something else I'm fixing to work on, is the head catch. I gotta do a little work on it. Got a little problem. You'll see it in just a second. Our head catch ain't working because this pipe right here where I got my finger on, it's got a little bar right there. Well, it was actually pulled back against the end of this wooden board here, and the cows, when they run into it, they moved it, they wrapped it around. And when they did that, now this steel plate right here, when it comes over, it hits that, and it hits that plate. So I'm gonna have to pry it back around and then fasten it a little better so it won't move. So we're gonna work on that now. All right, I don't really know how I'm gonna do this, but I know one part of how I'm gonna pry it around. I'm just gonna come in here and just pry this back around to the front, which is where it needs to be. But the problem is, see if it's gotta go a long way. I don't know if it'll do that or not. That's gotta stay back like that. If it just stayed back, would be good. I think I might can do that by putting a long screw right there so that can't pull. I'll go pull it like that, and I'll put a screw right in that hole right there to hold this back, and maybe that'll clear that pole then. I think it will. Let's give that a try. I'm gonna go ahead and start this, but I can't start it. I'm gonna have to like that. Whoop, I knew I was gonna. Held back now, and this steel bar is behind the pole. I know you can't see that, but let me show you. See if I can get you up a little closer to see what I'm talking about here. This see that bar right there? That was sticking out past this pole, and when that chute come across here and open, see, this goes up and out of the way, and then the chute comes over here, it was hitting this. Well, now I've got it forced back by using that strap right there. See if I can get you down there to it. The strap's right here, and I just put a screw in it right there, forced the strap in further, and made the pole go back, and got the pole forced back that way. So I think it'll stay. I think I may go ahead and just put one in the bottom too. The bottom's the same way. So now both of them solid out of the way. Now we'll see if the chute works. There you go. It's wide open. Cows can go in there. So what I do is I just hold it right about there. And they think they can go through. And as soon as their head goes through and their shoulders hit, I let it go. And down it is on their shoulders. It don't hurt them. It just holds them in place while I do my work tomorrow. So there we go. Let's move on to our next project. We're gonna try to stay on this for because I got a lot of projects. There's a lot of things going on right now. You know, I had mentioned a few minutes ago about some things that are happening that's making it a little harder for us to keep moving. One, of course, is my knee. Having trouble with it, but okay, that's enough for right now. I got a little more stuff I want to tell y'all as we go, but I'm gonna move on to the next project, kind of show you what it is, and then we'll go from there. And we'll try to get back to our good camera too.
Hey everybody, so I don't know what happened with the video that I had done on our little barn, I guess you'd say, we built for the cows, got corrupted. So I'm coming out here now to film a little bit of video, kind of show it to you, kind of the finished process and project that we've got going. So let me get the camera flipped around right here. Okay, as you can see, here it is. This is the finished product. That's what I was trying to say, the word I was looking for. We've got it here, and all this really is to help get them out of the field when it's cold and get them in here. I've got my tiller right here for right now, just stored, but as you can see, you know, no insulation. We've just got it basic rafters up here, and we've got just 10. I think this is Galvalume tent, is what they called it. We've got some fascia. We've got a pretty good sized header right here, just in case we wanted to put some doors on it later and kind of enclose it. We gave ourselves the option. But yeah, right here, and you can see in the back, we haven't cut the tent off the side yet, because I'll be honest with you, it's nice because it doesn't wash out the bottom. So I may just end up leaving it. May not leave it that long, but I'm probably going to leave it a little bit longer just to make sure it doesn't wash it out. And you can see it kind of angles down. We've got that where it angles to the back in the pen. I've got to put a skirt around the bottom still. 12 by 24, I think. We've got it to where we can put a fence up on one side if we want, just have one entrance. And honestly, it's even tall enough for me to put one of my tractors in here. So if the cows end up not using it, you know, we're going to redo the pen behind it a little bit later. So once we do that, we might be able to kind of enclose from, you know, right over, where's my next one? From there all the way down, kind of to right here, and just kind of enclose that little sweep. That way we have access to it, and just put some gates right here to be able to pull equipment in, or store hay. Hadn't really decided yet, like I say. And I mean, if the cows start using it, if we can get them in there, fantastic. I just think I just have to get them used to it, and I may end up putting a trough like in the corner and just kind of attaching it to the ground. That way, kind of get them used to going in there to eat. I've still got to put some hay. I got a little bit of work still to do on it, but I just want to just see the finished product that we have with that. I'll go ahead and show you a little bit too. This is our cattle field. Yeah, I got some, of course we just had a little bit of snow, but I've got some standing water right there that I cannot seem to get rid of. I put chert and topsoil and everything, and the cows congregate right there because I guess it's where the water trough is, and it's just kind of low, and I just can't seem to get the water to not stand there. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work on it. Probably put a French drain in or something. I'm not sure exactly where I would let it drain to, but I'm gonna have to put a French drain in. Probably have to put one across the whole field too. I may go from one end to the other, just out the gate, just to kind of see if I can get that to drain to another area. There's a ditch out there, but it would be a really long shot, but I think I might be able to do it. But yeah, here's the field. There's my hay ring. See if I can zoom in just a little bit and let you see that. Yeah, so that hay ring is actually made for horses. So, and I mean, I bought that hay ring right there, that one, $50. So it got me somewhere where I could keep the hay so they're not trotting it all the way out in the yard, because as you can see, that idea did not work. That was a tire rack from a tire center that closed down close to us, and we used it for a while. It was okay, but it was never a perfect solution or a good idea there. But we got that. That was a better solution. But now, today, so if I can pan over here to it, we just got, oh, yeah, there it is, focus. We just got that, and as you can see, the cows are all standing around it like I'm fixing to dump hay into it. There's literally this one right here full of hay, but that's just cows. Now, I haven't had a chance to come out here. I want to build something to pull behind my four-wheeler so I can get all of this mess up, because they're in a smaller paddock right now, and the reason I keep them here and feed hay, because I don't live down here just yet, and I would much rather them be in the front, because my neighbor up here keeps an eye on my chickens and actually keeps an eye on my cattle for me. Now I come down here and I feed them, I put the hay out and everything like that because they're older, but they keep an eye out for them, and I don't want them to have to ride all the way to the back. I've got another paddock back in the back. I don't want them to have to ride all the way back there to check on cows, and there's a lot of trees around the fence line back there, so the fence line kind of stays in disrepair until I can get some warmer weather to get a lot of the fence repaired out there and get a lot of the branches just out of the way. I've got a bunch of trees back there I just need to cut down, but right now I just can't get out there because it's so wet and mushy and everything like that. So I'm hoping once the weather breaks just a little bit, I'll be able to get back there, fix that fence up, because I want to take, and right here in this corner, as you can see, way right there in that back corner, I want to take and put an alleyway all the way to the back and over the creek, and I want to have a bridge. I'd like to get some I-beam steel, put a bridge there for the cows to cross. That way there's a way for me to connect this paddock to the back paddock. So if I want to move them, it would be relatively easy, because right now I have to load them up in a cattle trailer and move them to the back because they won't follow a feed bucket or anything. Back is like 4 or 5 acres, and this field right here is probably, I don't know, it's probably 2, maybe 2.5. It's not enough to sustain cows when the grass is growing, but it's enough for me to keep them in here, and they've still got plenty of room up at the road here and everything to play and to move around. So they're not just, you know, confined right now, because we're still moving them around in this paddock. In fact, I'm trying to separate this paddock because I want to be able to rotate and put, it got real dark. I want to be able to rotate. See, I've got some fencing. Well, you can't see that there's poles up in the middle of the field here. I've got fencing ready to go up there, and I want to put a separation because I want to plant, and I probably end up going to do a lot of this next year, but I want to do like a winter rye up front, or a rye up front, and then have this and also do a rye in it. But I want to plant rye in one, put them in that one for a little while I plant the rye in the other one. And that way I can kind of rotate them a little bit better. I'll still feed hay and feed, but I hopefully will be able to reduce a lot of it that I'm feeding. So that's the plan for there. But if I can get them to the backfield, like the backfield right now, if it weren't wet, I could cut hay back there. And I probably could bale, I don't know, 3 or 4 maybe. Honestly, probably be able to get 3 or 4 on one cut and probably get 3 or 4 on another cut. So I mean, that's a good bit of hay. I mean, for me, I'm feeding 1 bale right now with 6 cows, 4 full grown, 2 babies. I'm feeding 1 bale and a donkey. 1 bale of hay lasts me roughly 4 to 5 days-ish. So if I could get 8 more bales out of that and them just eating it, honestly, if I could get 8 more bales out of that, that's 40 more days. That's crazy. That's a month, almost a month and a half full of hay, and I won't have to rely on all of my hay that you can see right here. I cut all that this past summer, and we kept it. We normally would sell a little bit of it, but we ended up keeping it because we were just worried about having enough for us, because at the time, our cows were pregnant. And we didn't know because we tried artificial insemination on all 4 of them, and only 2 of them dropped. So, which, I mean, to me that was worth it. You know, it was worth the price that I paid to get 2 babies, honestly. Because right now I can't handle a bull. And that's the plan. I mean, I've got a lot of infrastructure, a lot of things to do, a lot of projects to do. Also, I probably said this in another video, but I've got a bunch of footage that. So you know how you lose hard drives? Yeah, that happened to me. So I've got a bunch of footage of old projects that I'm probably going to start to upload. Some of it's not finished. I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of the projects we didn't finish, or we sold the equipment or something like that. But I want to post the footage because I want y'all to kind of see everything that we do here. I mean, this is a, as you can see, I've got junk everywhere. I don't want this to be some fairyland, you know, YouTube, oh, everything's perfect here. No, I've got a bunch of broke windows right here. I mean, just being honest with you, like I've just got stuff everywhere. I've got a big burn pile in back here. It's got all kind of junk on it that probably don't need to be in a burn pile, but we didn't have anywhere else to put it. So I want to be completely honest, and I want to show you that even though a homestead doesn't look perfect, it can still be functional, and to encourage you, just because you have a homestead that doesn't look perfect, it's no excuse to not do it. Just do it. Jump on full-fledged, you know, 2 feet in, and, you know, every bit of it, because everything's going to stay broke for a while, and things just are going to break. That's how it is, unless you got ridiculous amounts of money and can buy $250,000 pieces of machinery, and even then, guess what? It still breaks. So we're trying to show the easiest way to get started with not a lot of money, because I'm going to be honest with you, we don't have a lot of money. We're just out here trying to do the best we can with what we have. So I just kind of want y'all to see kind of every aspect of it. Now, there's still a lot of stuff that I'm probably not going to show you, but I just want you to know that this is not a perfect design. This is not, you know, all rainbows and fairy tales. It really isn't. I mean, this is real world. Hey, I'm struggling. I'm really doing the best we possibly can with this. So hopefully I'll enjoy everything. If you do, please like and subscribe to the videos. Please follow us. We're trying to build the channel up. I'd love to have it where I could get maybe a small income from the channel. That would definitely help pay for more projects, and for me, for my time to do more videos about those projects. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.